Google Nexus 6 features and updates have begun to get leaked. Rumors point to an HTC M8 Prime in the works. And if you're interested in the OnePlus-one, we've got the launch details, which are kind of odd. I'm Jaime Rivera, and one extra degree of temperature in this room and this camera won't make it. Let's try. This is the hot version of the Pocketnow Daily. Let's begin today with the official news, as Motorola has just announced an event to happen in London on May 13th. And apparently we are expecting an affordable phone to happen at this event, but given the fact that a lot of the phones that Motorola has launched lately are affordable, the question is exactly what are we getting? Could we be getting the Moto E or the Moto GLT variant, or the Ferrari variant that was talked about? Other rumors point that we might get the Moto X+1, which is the future Moto X, that's apparently going to be in leather and also have Moto Maker and stuff like that, so cross your fingers, let's see what we get. And speaking of launch events, those of you interested in the LG G3, apparently there will be an event on May 27th for this phone to be launched. Great. And apparently we are getting the G Watch at the same event, which makes sense since Samsung is doing the same thing, launching its wearables at the same time as it launches its phone, so it's great. There are a lot of leaks on the G3, a lot of really interesting renders and photos. Apparently the design will be compelling, so stay tuned. This is one of the phones that I'm personally interested in. And if you thought that Samsung was the only company working on a Prime version of its flagship phone, HTC is now rumored to bring us an HTC One M8 Prime. And I need to catch my breath after that. At least is tipping that apparently this phone will happen soon. And the question is exactly what are we getting from this Prime variant? Could we be getting the camera that we're not getting on the current one? Aside from that, we get rumors that the HTC One M8 Mini is also in the works. Let me breathe. And apparently this phone will not bring the dual camera. Interesting. We'll see what we get. Now, speaking of interesting phones, apparently, even though we were talking about Android Silver yesterday, there are rumors that Google is still working on a Nexus 6 for this year, as Android Silver happens next year. And apparently this phone will have a lot of flagship features, but interesting, one of the biggest ones is the fact that it will include a fingerprint scanner. And it's really hard to tell exactly why, but we do know that Google wants to push payments with the fingerprint scanning technology, as it does make a lot of sense, though obviously it will take some time, as we know that Apple figured it out when it comes to sensitivity, and then Samsung has it, but they figured out the payment part. So this is just going to be a big mixed bag. Hopefully it will be a reality, a better reality from Google later. And finally, for the complicated news of the day, those of you interested in the OnePlus-one, man, that's gonna hurt. First of all, the company hasn't built enough phones. Apparently they have only built 100 for a certain show that they have, so that's 100 phones, and apparently they won't have phones until the end of May, and these will only be the 16 gig variants, and then if you're interested in the 64 gig variant, that won't be available until end of June, and this is all invitation only, by the way. You just can't walk into a store and buy one, and this will be region-based, and it'll take some time. And my God, that leads me to the question of the day. What do you think about the OnePlus-one now? Because in my particular case, I mean, come on, OnePlus. I hate your name, but still, the Nexus 5 couldn't do this because it took Google too long to build enough phones. You could have had it. This was like the opportunity of a lifetime to launch this phone in good quantities because people were going to go crazy for the price tag. It was a no-brainer. And now you don't have enough phones. I'm disappointed. What about you guys? Are you disappointed? Leave us a comment down below. And friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video is filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.